Ah, there we go. So it's working now. So what am I currently doing? Ah, so I gotta do a duty. What are you doing? I've currently got a feral cat. Oh, just waiting around for that hour now. So I thought I'd continue with Final Fantasy. I did start it on my friend's channel. If you want to go, view his videos, he's quite a good streamer. He's done a lot of videos already. He's got a few videos. I think he needs to do a bit more, but he's got a few videos on his channel. So if you want to search The Mighty Boop, there's a 3-hour video of me and him just chatting rubbish. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. I haven't really been listening to any of this gaming stuff. But I'm hoping it gets into the storyline a bit more. I'm kind of currently not knowing where the story element of it is coming into play. I'm hoping it'll come into play soon. Seems to be. This is quite cool, having to fight for it. I'm probably going to do absolute rubbish. Is it me? They're wanting me to skip cutscene? There we go. The thing about using a controller is really annoying. You can't move around when you press on the D-pad. You have to move your hand. I do apologise to any of the players. Thank you. Where's it gone? Right. Jesus. Well, it is a crit after all, so I wasn't expecting it to be super easy, do we? Go on. Here we go, come on. Come on. That's it. Come on. That's it. Get your bum bum bum. There we go. That wasn't too hard. Oh, and he's down. Thought there was going to be a second level there, but no. What's that? It's a Kyber crystal. New Final Fantasy related to Star Wars. There's some story here, is there? I'm not gonna get pushed out of it, am I, by people? Stuff is happening. Pray forgive my lateness. Oh, Fancred. If you are new to it, I am a bit further into the game. It's not a fresh game. I do like to start fresh games just for people, but I'm kind of a bit into this one. It's only because it's very slow to start. So I'm just, you know, kind of getting into the story now. I'm part of a order that, you know, battles celestial entities such as Ifrit and stuff like that, and I've just defeated my first celestial, I'm guessing. I was led by a congregation of ML zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent. Oh. I'm guessing Fencred's meant to be this kind of badass protagonist dude. You see, the blood swarm wasted no time extracting captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for all those two, it's fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer to. Is he talking? One sec, I don't know. No. I feel I owe you an apology, Rosichi. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a sorry about my speech, veritable baptism of fire. The veritable baptism of fire? Is that correct? Possible. Shaking my head. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings. Camp Drybone, shall we say? Don't on there too much. This way, sir. I'll probably stream for about an hour. I just want to see if I can get a mount at some point. So that was the mighty Ifrit. Yes. What was that? And what a disappointment he was. The readings of... excuse me. Readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Uldan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the... is it Vilif Legion? Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland. Given the troubles at court, we have only ourselves to rely upon. Even the pessimists, my dear Livia, promise me you'll never change. Ever the pessimist. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by the adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? That's what I'm at. That's all I want. I don't want to be a hindrance. Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. First do as my lord commands. And I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behaviour. I don't know. That's what I'm out. Whee! Let's go. Anything for me to take? No. Okay, let's go. Let's speak with Frankfurt. There he is. Now there you have it, Sichi. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat. Said that probably completely wrong. Then Malgia will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where are we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be a whole of body. But the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice, if it is slain, and by your hand no less. That is the deed of a no ordinary individual, Vasici. Not that I have ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to me bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You meanwhile have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail there. Then, just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Go. What to the sign of the seventh dawn? I'm just doing the main quest because that's the way I get a mount, I think. Oh. Oh, for God's sake. Let's go back there. been for this one. So don't mind me, probably a bit newbie at this. As I said, my good friend, the Mighty Boop. If you want to search for him on Twitch, he did a video recently with me. Just kind of showing me the ropes a bit. And said obviously doing the main quest line will lead you to getting a mount. I'm not meant to be going here, I want to just go. Okay. Not doing a fate. Do a fate another time. Doesn't moment in time, I just want to finish this quest. I'll have to get him out somewhere. All that the Mighty Boop told me was that you do a quest line, then you'll be able to get, you know, you'll be available to get mounts and whatnot. I don't know if I can afford a mount or anything like that. I don't really know if there's any more to it. All I know is that I said I can get a mount, so that's what we're going with. Let's see what they have to say. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. I know, I'm kind of a big deal, apparently. My late arrival nearly cost Vasichi's life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly. Oh, Thancred must like me. Just as I'm failing you all. It's a bit harsh on himself, isn't it? What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every. Vasichi, it's good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. What? And now we can put... whatever. As we suspected, the Amalgia undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal. That's it, primals, not ancestrals. Primals. Nor is this tale limited to Uldar. Similar incidents have been rife in both Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. Okay. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together of etheric coalescence which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. Okay. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Don't know if I said that right. Yet even as if it took your comrades in his fall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait. Meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. And the immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. Unless you take full advantage of the respite. Asichi. Whether she intended to or not, Menphilia neglected to tell you something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. Oh, I was like, what's happening? It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. Sure. Swear to you that we would not do this if we were any other... Can't speak. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal, whom he cannot choose but worship. Okay? And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Osichi. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. That's a bit barbaric. A bit silly, isn't it? Let's put him to death. God forgive me. How many more lives? Louiso would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Wonder what his problem is. Hey, right. A hero in the making. Manphilia is wearing a eye smile? A eye smile? Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Possible. Okay, still not talking yet. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised... I can't speak. But for your character and your courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy thereafter. You travelled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid, and no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. She's got a cool dagger. We have guests, Vasici, or rather, you have guests. Ugh. Look silly. Ah, Lady Manphilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honour within our ranks. Yeah, cool. As you can see, Vasici, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organisation would have Ifrit's bane for its own. What? One moment, there's a cat being a silly plonker. Silly cats. Each organisation would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. You all look silly. Not doing a good job there. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. Okay. I find myself wondering how word of Vasici's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of this triumph is to be expected. But what are the other grand companies? What of the other grand companies? Eep. Your reputation precedes you, Master Florian. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant man, of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What are you doing, cat? What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Florian. My comrades speak of you in most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalgia and the dread Primal, yours was already a respected name. In Ulda, our people know you and love you well. A man of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ulda. Ulda. I don't know if it's Ulda, Ulda, I don't know. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us the grand vessel of Lominsa to the shores of glory. What? Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are, presently, 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Uldar. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you'll be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavours. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. Okay. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Fine suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Rosici hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Needy, aren't they? That's what I thought. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best sullied to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Rosici, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared and so will the danger. Can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. I get it. Here's going on now. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow you to stay in touch regardless of location. Okay, cool. Eorzea is changing, Rosichi, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. I'm sorry for fumbling half of what I said. Right. Go. I'm guessing at some point we'll get the quest that Boop was talking about. Do I go over here? Yeah, I do. After visiting these companies, I'm guessing. I don't know if he was mentioning that I get a mount or if I get a homestead. I'm not really sure. If I was to pick a Grand Company, I'd probably go with Gridania, because I like elves and I like trees and everything to do with, you know, that sort of thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Masichi. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Always little people, always, you know, quick to apologise. I don't really give a shit. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seed Seer Ken E. Senna will deliver her address at Mia Kato's amphitheater. Amphitheater? It's amphitheater, it's saying, isn't it? I should probably mention at this point that due to the organisational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the service might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Uldor, where Flame General Eldine, whatever, this is probably all wrong, will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumoured there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Nominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merweeb Blofuswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Zanfiel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favour of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Cool. Right. So, Gradania. Oh. I will work it out, don't I? Oh, God's sake. There we go. Thank you. Got there in the end. Don't know how long I've actually been on that. Well, as I said, I'm getting a mount. Right. Right, okay. Okay, cool. I think it's this way I've gotta go. Not too sure. Yeah, it's up there, isn't it? Right. Yeah, sure. Do, 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 do. You sure this looks like? Oh no, that's nice one. Cool. Let's see what happens now.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
Oh, I got past.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, And soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
Yes, Edward.
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hjur and Ellison. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
Okay.
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, Let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
But
forest.
nobody think of the children. What can I say?
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Hmm. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of the naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, don't know. By contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time the summoned primal Ramo. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though the clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defence. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a piece of treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Cool beans. Right, so now I have to go to the other ones now, I guess. I'm guessing there'll be things just like that. And the others. Travel, travel, travel. Oops. Thought it was meant to be a special guest. Wonder who it's gonna be. Oh, where am I going? Oh, dead end. Probably not that way. Yeah, it's familiar, I think, isn't it? Yeah. What's now? I'm completely wrong. I shouldn't be, should I? Who knows? Who knows? Right. I'll just double check. Where am I? We know right proximity. Alchemist Guild. Chamber of Rule. Okay. Alchemist Guild, Chamber of Rule. Right. So where am I? Boom. Working it out, working it out. No promise, no. Idiot. So yeah, I gotta say I do like playing it. It is an interesting game. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite Final Fantasy games. I would say it's a good game. I won't put it on the category of Final Fantasy just yet. Might probably have to get into it a bit more. I just don't see it as a Final Fantasy game. I just see it as a really good game at the moment. Similarities to it though, so I'll give it that.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have brought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
Gladiator.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
That's what it says.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Rauban? People of Uldar, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
Very inspirational, very inspirational. Go on then, what was I got to say?
Forsooth!
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
Just don't say much. Eldens have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worship the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Eh? The Oldens do not shy from confrontation. If or threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though you have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amolja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Oldans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they never invariably succeed, each victory is fought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. I don't know. Just one moment. Right, to the next and final one. Huh? There we go. Just want something. Oops. Oops. There we go. Right. Where do I go from here? Don't mind me, just messing up. There he is, Sunfield. Here to attend the remembrance service so quick the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Go. Last one now.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Aha!
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
Okay.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Bit of a shitty thing to say.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards!
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both. And see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying Crimson Standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the Navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Yarg.
The Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Melvin?
The lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow you to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Pirates. I don't know. I want to be the lazy and elven people.
Again.
I don't know if they're pirates. Pirates cool. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sayadgin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. Okay. Leviathan. And second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. Okay. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Guardians have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsans' backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Guardians, what's that say? Whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. We don't know what to do. Do I want to be a pirate? Do I want to live in the woods? Or do I want to be a soldier? Can't bother being a soldier. Being a pirate's interesting. I don't know. Oh, getting a call. Rasichi, this has been Philia. You are well, I hope. Would it be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Didn't say anything. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Needy. Okay. I wish there was a thing, what's it called, crystals, more closer to it than where it is. It's annoying. Well, that's the reason I'm completely ignoring where it is. Put my running on the other side. I'll do that another time. Hopefully my boy the mighty Boop was correct and I should be close to the quest where I can get a mount. Is it a mount? Don't know if it was a mount or homesteads. That's one of them. Might be homesteads due to the matter of fact you've got different factions and the homes are in one of them factions. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Gridania because they've got a forest. I like to live as an elf. That'd be cool. If I can. I'll have to have a look. I'll choose Gridania anyway first, and then if I don't like it, then I'll change. I'm halfway through, so it's not like it's a... I don't think halfway through, but I'm not at the start. So I'm halfway through it. Well, halfway through it, just a little bit further on from the start. Welcome back, Rasichi. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Rasichi? But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Cool. Yay! Am I leveled? Oh, still there.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
Sounds like, what's his face from Advent Children? I'm gonna kick myself.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
He's upset.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Yay! Right, so as I said, I want to go to Gridania, so it's the serpent officer I want to speak to, isn't it? I take that the Elder Seed Seer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? Yeah, go on then. You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seed Seer will be overjoyed. Good for him. Good for her, even. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to our headquarters in Gridania, the Adder's Nest. company you keep. There we go. Yeah. The building you seek stands in the southern part of the city, now called New Gridania. Give your name to the personal officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but that your deeds will bring great honour to our order. When next we meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you brother. Cool. So this is a quest that the Mighty Boop was talking about when I was on his stream last. I'm leaving and just teleport, can't I? Boop boop. To the forest I go. Oh. Right, this way. It's raining. Oh no. You are come to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. My name is FF14. I believe you're expecting me. Oh, do we go the modest route? I am here to enlist, if you will have me. I'm gonna leave modest route. Ah, might you be Rasici Florian? I thought as much. Our recruitment officer sent word that you would be coming. It is a pleasure and an honour both to welcome you to our ranks. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir. What is it, report? What is it, report? An urgent message from Amariso's spire. Sir, a Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southwest of 9 Ives. Is it Ives? No. 9 Ives? Gods, this could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the Ixal. Rasici, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to Gallian-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of 9 Ives, locate the airship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Okay, fine. I'll do this quest. Can I get there quickly? Let's have a look. And get here. I can't get there. Oh no. Oops, what would I do? There we go. Right, let's head out. even though I haven't played this game for a little bit, I'm still crap at traversing where I'm going. I tuned to this. I'll tune to it now. Cool. I'm guessing this is not the place I need to go. And yet I have no clue where I'm going. As it is. Right. So where am I then? New Gardenia, so I'm up here. Let's go here. Must make it easier for me to get to where I'm going. Otherwise, I've no clue. I've no clue. This way. I know I'm going, obviously. Yeah. Doop doop doo. Spider thing. Don't ask. Don't know what I'm doing. No, I need to get up there. How do I get up here? Oh. Right. And jump. There we go. We're across. We're across. We're making strides. We're making strides. Oh. The panic. There's a mission here, but I'll get that at a later time. I just want to get to our mission location. Good spin again, good. To the east out I've got to go, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. Oh. As you can see, I should have put my sprint where my emotes are, and then my emotes where my sprint is, because I'll probably use my emotes when I'm stationary and my sprint when I'm moving. You know, I will be silly. Boom, Masichi, boom! It'll probably get sold quite fast. So yeah, 9 lives. There's a dude. I'm just gonna straight past it. Yeah, I think so. Ooh. Oh. I will do these quests at some point. If I'm going to be living here, I'm guessing I will. 1 second, what have I done? Should really get that thing, shouldn't I? So I can come back here. Hey! I will be hasty, won't I? Chocobo. In a bit, I'll have a chocobo and then I will be able to get there faster. Is it tune? No, I don't. Oh, never mind. I thought I could get a chocobo so I can ride it there. Haven't joined a fate. What level am I? 26. Cool. So they won't attack me, will they? These weevils and these lemurs. I don't know how to attack a lemur anyway, there's nothing wrong with lemurs, is there? Oh look, there's the airship. And there's the bugs. Come on. That's it. You rubbish. Hey, giant bugs. Ah! Wow. Daily calls. Commence battle for the company you keep. Yes. Yes, I'm meant to be doing this. This is a task I'm meant to be doing. Just fighting them. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No wait, let's find some cover first. So he's the only civilian, well, that was sense. The Adder's Nest sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Huh. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You're an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted to your plight and have come to rescue you. And you are a Sichi Flavian, I presume? I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. It's alright, Robin Hood. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Imperial scouts from Castrum Orleans. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of Lalafal was hiding inside the tiny bunker. Wedge, guessing he's big then. The tiny bunker? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Arlian hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Lasichi, I trust we can rely on your spot. May the matron watch over us. With me. An ambush to arms. AoE these people. What the hell? Running off for? Jesus, this other guy's annoying. Dude, done. Dun 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 dun. Biggs! Told you it was Wedge. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. Starved. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look, anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. As for you, Vasici, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's Nest and complete your enlistment. Yippee! I pray there will be no further interruptions when next we meet. Let it be as fellow servants of the Order. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha. Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you, the Twin Adder and the Twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge? Thank you. We're very grateful. Thank you. We're very grateful. Let's head back. Boop boop. No idea how long the streams are going on for. Right, let's go and finish this quest. Vasici, it does my spirit well to see you returned. Word arrived but moments ago from the team at Nine Ives. Lest you worry, the two engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did and helped us to rout the Garleans, things might have been very different. And all this before you were even inducted into the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. But without further ado, let us see to your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. Sweet. Cool, got some dye. Woods will be done. Personal officer stands ready to complete your induction into the ranks. Okay. Protocol requires that I apprise you for who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath on your own free will. The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our nation that we might stand strong in times of direst adversity when our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garlean Empire and to combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Seed Seer Kanisana is supreme commander of our force. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the Twelveswood. As the entwined serpents that grace our standard, let Forestborn strive as one with friends from afar to ensure their peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In so doing, we honour the will of the elementals and theirs in the will of the wood. Now then, beseech you, Florian, I ask that you give unto us your oath of allegiance in whatever fashion you see fit. Woods will be done. I shall strike down our enemies and drink of their blood. My life for the Elder Seer. Go with the first one. Sounds a more practical one, doesn't it? It doesn't sound odd. So you know the words of our grand company. That is well bound by this common belief. Let us strive to preserve all that is good in the great nation. By the power vested in me, assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. You are now a man of the Order of the Twin Adder. Go forth, Private Florian, and do that which brings peace to the Twelveswood and honour to our name. Yay. So, right, so I've done the quest that the Mighty Boop told me to do, so now I want to know how to get a mount, or anything else. Can you hear me, Rasichi? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Order of the Twin Adder contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Florian. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a serpent of Gridania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. The distant call of a friend in need, perhaps? As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking with High Serpent Commander Vasail Hollox before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on your journey ahead. Okay. Just turns his head. You may now accept the quest, My Little Chocobo. Yay! By speaking with Vasail Hello. That's what his name is. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for Realm Reborn. Ah, cool. Cool. Right. Grand Companies. You are now a member of the Grand Company and by assigning their ranks Private 3rd Class. Grand Company and rank profile captain first. Cool. Grand Companies pay their members not in guild but in company seals. You can confirm. Grand Company Count Automata is stationed at each Grand Company headquarters and will exchange items for company seals. Company seals are only redeemable with the Grand Company issued. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Ah, Private Florian, I understand you have been working tirelessly in Gridania's name. You are truly an example to your fellow serpents. But tell me, have you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough? That perhaps you could do with a swifter pair of legs? If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued your own bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to obtain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you must obtain a serpent chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man Singer, and he will furnish you with a suitable bird. Sweet. Right, where is it? I have to find him, don't I? Let's have a look. My little chocobo. Where is it? My little chocobo. There. Let's go get a chocobo. There he is. Want a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your serpent chocobo assurance. Of course, you will need to exchange serpent seals for it. You can earn these by completing tasks for the Order of the Twin Adder, Gridania's Grand Company. Alright, so I got... Okay. Right, so let's go over here to this person here. Scarlet. Let the hunt begin. Okay, there we go. What do I do then? Okay, so I can't do that yet. Right, so I want a chocobo, but I can't get a chocobo because I need to get seals, and I can't get seals because I don't have any clover quests other than this one. What's that about that? Oh. Well, I'll have to leave it there. Unfortunately, I didn't get a bird, but I will do next time I'm on it. Next time I live stream, I will sort it out so that I can get a chocobo, I can ride around, and then maybe play on some Lord of the Rings online as well. Following that, as I want to have a look at what's on the Yule Festival, Yuletide Festival. Thank you for joining me if you did join me. And hello to anyone that sees the VOD. Hopefully you like, and I will be back on with some more live streams soon. Goodbye.